Wappinger Falls. WTZA TV, Channel 62, Kingston, New York, serving the Hudson Valley.
Good afternoon, and welcome to the Friday edition of Hudson Valley Live. And now, here's your host, Tudi Wiggins.
Hello, and welcome to Hudson Valley Live. On today's show, we have author and teacher Robert Steuding here to tell us about the book he wrote on the Ashokan Reservoir, followed by Richard Albert from the Senate House, and what the Senate House and the Lauren House are doing for Christmas. And then Mr. New York State himself, William Herndon, will be here to entertain us, accompanied by Jim Atlee on piano and Don Lieber on bass. I'll see you right after this message.
Step into the magic of a bygone era, where gracious living is not a thing of the past. Surround your senses. Beauty to please the eye. Fine foods and spirits to delight the palate, and restful overnight accommodations. Your host, Nick Paris, welcomes you to Hasbrook House Inn, restaurant and bed and breakfast in Stone Ridge. Enter the fairy tale.
Quality workmanship designed to fit your home. Classic Decks by Paul. Have Paul improve your home with a wood deck that he'll design, measure, and build. Classic decks can be built in 1 week because Paul does all the work and at reasonable prices. Add a deck or carport to your home. Choose the style of wood and tell Paul your likes and dislikes. He'll give you a free estimate on your deck, and the price he gives you includes materials and workmanship. Call Classic Decks by Paul today at 338-5796.
Hi there, let me tell you all about Sparkle Video. At Sparkle, we twinkle for almost anyone. Get away from me, I got no time for customers. Oh, where was I? Oh yeah, at Sparkle, we promise you the world.
Why let this happen to you? Trust the professionals at Telrad Television. Let Telrad's courteous sales and service staff answer all of your questions and help you make the right video selection. Telrad will not only save you money, but provide factory-authorized service on every video purchase. Telrad Television, 686 Broadway, Kingston.
Announcing Ulster Lighting Center's last major sale of 1986. For 2 days only, everything in the store is on sale at savings of up to 50%. Ulster Lighting Center is the largest showroom in the area with over 100 manufacturers to choose from. Classic Tiffany lamps, contemporary track lighting, decorative mirrors, ceiling fans, and more. Our trained lighting consultants will answer your questions and help create a lighting design ideal for your home or business. Light up your life at the incredible 2-day sale at Ulster Lighting Center, 572 Broadway, Kingston.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Robert Steuding, the author of The Last of the Homemade Dams, the story of the Ashokan Reservoir. Robert, what an accomplishment to write this book.
Well, thank you very much. I'm pleased to hear you say that. It took a long time to write it, and I was delighted when it finally came out.
Now, tell me about the Ashokan. When was it built?
The Ashokan was built in the first and second decade of this century, and it's a time of the San Francisco earthquake and the Halley's Comet coming over the last time,
right.
the sinking of the Titanic and World War I, and it's a very interesting era.
You
Very
have
exciting
some
era.
slides with you.
I do.
Could we start seeing those?
Love to show them. Thank you.
Now, what's that?
This is a slide that shows Bishop's Falls, which is now underwater, of course, thought to be one of the great wonders of that particular part of the country. It's where the dam is now, as a matter of fact, right near there.
And the next one?
This is Olive City. This is a typical community that would have been inundated. Some 10 communities were inundated, and Olive City was one of them.
Which end of the reservoir is that on?
This would be in the upper end of the reservoir, closer to Boyceville. This is a shot of the mucking, the digging out of the base of the dam, and you'll notice if you look over to the upper right, you'll see a very large pipe which was used temporarily to conduct the water of the Esopus Creek through that area so that they could begin to build the dam.
And this is...
This is the dam nearly completed. The dam was plugged, and this photograph would have been taken in the summer, early fall, I guess, or so, of 1913. The dam was plugged in 1913, and the water came up so fast that it nearly flooded the surrounding communities.
Oh, my goodness.
This one I thought you might find interesting. A lot of
Now, do we
different,
recognize anybody there?
Looked like some local people, right? These were chaps from all over the United States as well as Europe who came to work on the dam, and they were treated quite well and paid relatively well for those days. And this is the last shot, sort of a poignant shot of one of the cabins within the camp, which was built, and I think what I like about this best is the mother and her child. It gives some human dimension to the project, which was the greatest interest to me.
Mm-hmm. How long did you said that's the last shot,
That is
right?
the last one.
How long did it take to build it?
Not as long as you would think, actually about 7 years, really, from about 1906-07 till about 1913-14.
Who was the engineer?
The chief engineer is an interesting chap. His name was J. Waldo Smith, and he was what you might call a child prodigy. He had studied engineering at MIT. He was born in the middle part of the 19th century, and by the time he came here to do the project, he was really at the high point of his career. He was in his late 40s into his early 50s. He was an interesting, I think what was most interesting about him was he was able to choose the right people and then leave them alone and support them if they got into trouble.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's one interesting fact I know about that is the fact that the aqueduct has no pumps on it.
That's right. He was responsible not only for the construction of this part of the Catskill water system, the Ashokan and the dam and so on. He was responsible for everything, all the way to New York City. And the aqueduct, as you know, is some 100 miles long. It goes all the way to Staten Island and so on. And that water does, as you've said, it does reach New York purely through siphon and the benefit of gravity.
Are
no pumps.
Are some of the buildings that were they moved, or were the towns just destroyed and flooded? Or?
It's interesting. A fellow by the name of Joseph Rice was the contractor who was in charge of clearing the whole area. And it took some 2 or 3 years to cut down all the trees and the brush and so on and take all the bodies out, that sort of thing. And
bodies out? Oh, cemeteries.
Cemetery bodies.
Yes.
Right? Talk about that at another time or later. But Rice was in charge of that, and he also, as part of his pay, was given all the buildings and the material and so on. And you remember we were talking about the story about the Methodist church that was sort of snuck out of the territory.
Yes, tell us about that.
That's a wonderful story. There was a church in Ashokan called the Methodist Episcopal Church, and the people knew that it was going to be inundated, so they asked permission from, not from the city of New York, but from someone else, actually the president of the railroad that ran through the area, if they could have the church if they simply moved it. And he said yes, and they moved it. And apparently they did it over a weekend, very short period of time, and when the city of New York came back and saw the church was gone, and Rice saw it was gone, he said, "You stole my church." So there was some wonderful litigation. A local lawyer by the name of A.T. Clearwater defended the church, and strangely enough, the church lost the case. The city of New York won. But actually what ultimately happened was that the church had to pay $35 or $40 to keep it. So
were people
paid? Were shocked, you know.
Were people paid for their houses that were destroyed, or?
Yes, they were. They were paid for their property. The average settlement was somewhere around $331 an acre. And the average individual, seems through the litigation, and there was a lot of litigation, nearly 300 volumes of it is still available. The average person probably got between $3,000 and $5,000 for their house, their barns, their property, you know, whatever else.
Does that church still in existence?
It is still in existence, and anyone can go see it. It's somewhat altered. It doesn't look exactly like the original building. Basically, it does. It's on the road that goes up to Woodstock from Ohio Mountain. It's in Glenford. It's the Glenford Church now.
And there are other buildings around that were moved, too,
yes, there are
there?
many. There are buildings on Albany Avenue in Kingston and some other buildings on Hurley Avenue. And many of the buildings were simply moved up on the rim of the reservoir where the towns are now, where West Hurley is and West Shokan and Boyceville and so on. So you can see them. There are a great many of them on Route 28 up in Shokan.
And well, anyway, I can think of 1,000 questions to ask you. The rock that was used, that's all quarried around here.
Much of it. There was a quarry. It's not far from the dam. It's on Acorn Hill, a little bit to the south of the dam, and that was owned by a fellow by the name of Yale. The city of New York purchased the quarry, and most of the stone, the blue stone that was dropped into the dam, was obtained on that site, just about a mile away.
I wish we had time. You have some names here of all the families in this area that worked on that dam, but I'm afraid we don't.
Long list.
Thank you, Robert, so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back with Richard after this message.
Hi, I'm Adrienne from Resnick's Fine Rattan Furniture in Newburgh. We have the largest selection of rattan and wicker furniture in New York State. Come in and choose from more than 40 rattan sofa beds. They're in stock and ready to go. Each comes complete with an inner spring mattress. We also have a full selection of dining rooms, living rooms, and bedrooms by such famous names as Fix Reed, Lane Venture, Henry Link, and Whitecraft. Resnick's Fine Rattan Furniture Outlet in Newburgh. Rattan furniture for any room in your home.
Pearl Vision Center is conveniently located at 1202 Ulster Avenue between the Kings Mall and the Hudson Valley Mall on 9W. Pearl is where you'll always find a doctor of optometry ready to examine your eyes and fit you for any of our name brand contact lenses. Our video camera can help you select the frames that are just right for you and show you how you would look without your glasses if you're interested in contact lenses. Here at Pearl, we carry scratch-resistant or polycarbonate lenses, the safest lenses you can buy. And don't forget to ask about the great eyeglass guarantee. Pearl Vision Center, 1202 Ulster Avenue, Kingston.
O'Hare Personnel Agency is a full-service employment agency. Right now, we have openings for engineers, technicians, banking, and office personnel. If you're looking for a good career or considering a career change, come see O'Hare in complete confidentiality. And remember, we never charge you a fee for job placement. O'Hare Personnel Agency supplies temporary and permanent administrative, management, and technical support staff to large and small businesses. That's O'Hare Personnel Agency, 302 Main Mall, Poughkeepsie.
If you have high standards, when it comes to quality leather goods, you'll be happy to know about Cedars Luggage. Here at Cedars Luggage, you'll find the complete Coach collection with their exquisite line of handbags and wallets. Cedars Luggage also carries a fine line of Hartman luggage, attachés, and business cases. And of course, the unsurpassed quality of the Gurkha collection. It's easy. When it comes to superior quality leather goods, you'll find it at Cedars Luggage with 3 locations: the Hudson Valley Mall, the Poughkeepsie Plaza Mall, and the Orange Plaza Mall.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Richard Albert from the Senate House and the Lauren House in Kingston. Let's first of all tell about the children's program you have at the Senate House over Christmas.
It is a very exciting one and a very popular one. We have about 750 to 800 school children that come in the course of 9 days. They are given a rare treat to see 2 different houses. One of them is the Senate House, which features the 18th century Dutch celebration of St. Nicholas Day and all the furnishings that go along with that. And in total contrast, 100 years time later, in the 1870s, we have the Lauren House, which features a huge floor-to-ceiling Christmas tree decorated by the Ulster Garden Club with authentic reproduction Victorian ornaments. Children get to see both houses, and then they are taken to an activity area where they produce a Victorian Christmas tree ornament. We've done this for 8 years now, and it gets more popular every year that we do it.
Now, when does that program start?
We start with those special exhibits and the programming on December 3rd. Children come right up until the time they're dismissed for Christmas vacation, but the exhibits are still open until the 31st of December.
And what time of day can we all go and see these?
Wednesday through Sunday. The Senate House State Historic Site is open from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5 in the afternoon on Wednesday through Saturday, and 1 until 5 on Sunday. The Lauren House, where this large tree is located, is open from 1 until 4 each afternoon.
Oh, and tell me about the candlelight tours.
That's a very special thing. On the Saturday, December 20th, from 7 in the evening until 9 in the evening, the Senate House and Lauren House are going to be open. The Senate House is going to be lit with candles, and there will be interpreters, guides in each room, and there will be carolers from the Kingston High School Choir that are going to perform carols during the time that we have our candlelight tours. So that's promises to be a very good event also.
That sounds wonderful. Now, you have some slides with you.
Yes, I do.
Now, what's this, the decorations from...
This first one that you see here is exactly what people would be seeing when they come to the Lauren House, which is located at 296 Fair Street. It shows the tree, which shows only part of the tree, which is a floor-to-ceiling, a rather large tree in this Victorian parlor. And under the tree are toys, dolls, and miniature furniture, all collected within the last 100 years or so. Some very special dolls are included in that.
Can you tell us about some of the dolls?
Yes, there's the one that you see directly in front of you, the one with a red dress. She is what's called a Greiner doll. Ludwig Greiner was a German from Philadelphia. He came here, he had a patent for a papier-mâché head and upper torso, and when you got the upper torso, you then built the rest of the doll yourself. You made her a body and, clothing to go with it.
Where's Frozen Charlotte? I do want to know about Frozen Charlotte. Is she there?
Frozen Charlotte is actually better seen in the next slide that I have. There she is, on the left, with that nice print dress that has yellow flowers and little blue decorations on it and a shawl around her. There's a wonderful story. It's rather a strange one. There was a bard or a balladeer that traveled the country singing this song that he developed that tells a story of a young girl who is going out to a New Year's Eve dance. And the boy that is picking her up, Charlie, comes to get her, and her mother says, be careful when you go out because it's very cold and you'll certainly suffer if you don't wrap yourself, in a blanket. And she says, oh, Mom, please don't make me, cover up my beautiful new dress. Your mother says that she would then be frozen, and she rides in the sleigh, and eventually she
does get frozen.
She gets frozen to death, and the doll that you saw in that last slide showed her face with a blue tint to it. Those dolls were called Frozen Charlotte dolls.
Now, who's this up on the... It's a cow?
Oh, these are wonderful. We don't only have dolls in our exhibit. There's not only... there are things for boys also. That cow is wonderful. It's made of pigskin. When you twist its head, it moves. And there's a sawyer in the back that actually can move. The parts do move, and the saw actually rotates. And in the foreground, there are a series of blocks. They're cardboard blocks, and you can turn them in different ways and make pictures of a cat or pictures of various things out of Victorian America.
Now, that is all the Lauren House, right?
Yes. Yes, that is all located in Lauren House, again, at 296 Fair Street. It's open from 1 to 4.
The Senate House, the decorations there are different. Now, tell us the difference between the two of them.
It's a totally different holiday. We're not talking about Christmas at all. We're talking about St. Nicholas Day. St. Nicholas was a bishop. He was a bishop of the Roman Catholic Church in Asia Minor. And the Dutch celebrate the events and legends that surround this man.
And this was before a Christmas tree.
This was done before, or not in conjunction at all with a Christmas celebration. It's done on December 5th in the evening, and the celebration continues on to St. Nicholas Day, which is on the 6th of December.
Oh, Richard, thank you very much. I do wish we had more time, because there's so many things, but we'll have to just go there and see them all.
Yes, I hope you do all come. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back with William Herndon after this message.
Hi, this is Brian Madden, inviting you to come aboard this Sunday night with Peter Dwyer, whose family was in the barge building business going back 130 years ago. He doesn't have films that old, but he'll show us some that date back to the 1930s, when a group calling itself the Irish Jews and Binnywaters built their own boat so as to party on the river and even have some beverages aboard during Prohibition. And we'll meet John Hoy of Certified Marine Service. He'll show us how boats are stored for the winter, right here Sunday night at 6:30 on the river.
Preparing for the winter's cold can mean a chimney restoration for your home. Ryan Restoration specializes in relining your chimney using the modern technology of the Superflu system. An inflatable rubber former is inserted into your chimney and a mold is poured. The new liner is guaranteed and is suitable for all heating fuels. Creosote buildup is also reduced. To restore the heat value of your chimney, call for a free estimate. Ryan Restoration, 518-398-7570.
Elegance. Style. Unique individual designs. Traditional and contemporary settings. All from Hummingbird, the jewel of the valley. Open 7 days a week now until Christmas.
When you hear about a total fitness center, there's only one, and that one is Tiger Racket Fitness and Exercise. Tiger is 60,000 square feet of pure fitness. Indoor basketball and volleyball courts, an indoor track, 6 indoor racquetball courts, 3 indoor tennis courts, 4 complete Nautilus circuits, 10,000 pounds of free weights, unlimited cardiovascular, aerobic, and Tiger-size classes. What more could you ask for? Tiger's staff is trained to supervise and see that you get the ultimate workout. Tiger Racket Fitness and Exercise Center.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to meet Mr. New York State himself, William Herndon.
Hello, Tudi.
Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Bill is going to be accompanied today by Don Lieber on bass and Jim Atlee on piano. But before you sing, I want to find out about the pageant. Now, you are Mr. New York State.
This is new to me. When did you find out? No, I am, and actually what had happened, I competed. It was the end of October, and I won. The competition was keen, but I'm just happy to have the chance to represent New York State December 21st and 22nd in New York City, and I'm looking forward to it.
Well, now, what's that one about?
That's for all 50 states. You're going to pick a national. It's going to be a title for the whole big shot.
So that's Mr. America?
Yes,
then?
it's for the title is Mr. Male America.
Mr. Male America. Now, this is not the same as the bodybuilders, Mr. America.
No. I mean, come on. Do I look like as weak as I am? No, this is for more like poise, handsomeness, and personality.
Oh, well, you'll win.
You really think so?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought, all right, I owe you for that.
Now, tell me, what do you want to do with your future?
Well, right now, I have a strong interest in singing and acting. I would like to someday be a successful recording artist and a screen actor. And from my conversation with you, it's not going to be easy, but I'm going to hang in there.
Oh, you'll do it. You'll do it. What are you going to sing for us?
You mean more to me.
Oh, thank you. Here, I'll give you the microphone, and I'll leave.
You mean more to me than any word can ever say. And just to hold your hand and to know our love will stay, feels so right. I'm in your arms, my love, tonight. Oh, you mean more to me than any love I've ever known. Yeah, yeah. And I want to give you all my love. Just you alone. You're all my dreams come true. Oh, yes, you are. There's so much joy in your eyes. You're all the love that I need. You finally made me realize, girl, you're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Oh, you mean more to me than any love I have ever known. Feels so right, oh so right, when I'm in your arms. Tonight.
Oh, William, that was wonderful.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, you've just got to go and win that Mr. America for us.
I'm going to do it just for WTZA.
Oh, good. Now, can I just make an announcement here?
Sure can.
On Monday's show, Roland Beauregard from the Catskill Macrobiotic Center is going to be here to cook sea vegetables for us, followed by Nancy Gold from the Sleepy Hollow Restoration. She's going to tell us about some of the wonderful estates that have been restored in the Hudson Valley and what they're going to do for Christmas. And then Lynette Koziatek, who teaches art at New Horizons for the Retarded in Ellenville, is going to be here with some of the artwork. This is Tudi Wiggins for Hudson Valley Live. See you Monday at 12:30. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. William, you going to sing something else?
Yeah, this is just a little something that I wrote just for this special occasion.
Oh,
I hope everyone likes it. There's a time in life when we need to believe in ourselves and have faith. Believe in the things that you do. Believe in what you are. I know times can be hard. Things may be harder than they seem, but you've got to hold on with all that you have. Have faith in yourself and believe in what you are, yeah. Believe in the things that you do. Believe in the things that you are. I'm gonna give it all. I'm gonna give it all to you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Life is so beautiful if you believe. Life can be all that you want it to be if you believe.
Now there's a sewing machine for people with more imagination than time. Introducing the computerized Viking 990 with over 100 decorative and utility stitches stored in its memory. It's perfect for garment and craft sewing. The Viking 990 is part of a full line of Swedish-made machines. Let your imagination sew.
At Alta Marie Sewing Center, 703 Ulster Avenue, Kingston, servicing all sewing machines.
Discover what's likely to be the most exhilarating shopping experience of your lifetime. Discover Carlos Furniture. Carlos specializes in the finest country, colonial, and American traditional home furnishings. Furniture for every room in the house, handcrafted in solid oak, cherry, or pine. And Carlos has the finest country accessories, including prints, braided rugs, baskets, lighting, and curtains. And this month at Carlos, save 10 to 40% store-wide. Carlos Furniture is on Route 82, 20 minutes from Poughkeepsie. Call 677-9930.
WTZA TV, Channel 62, Kingston, New York, serving the Hudson Valley.